Thank you for tuning in to another segment of Outside the Box. I'm your host, Onney, the CEO, and today's segment is special to my heart. Today, we're going to honor Black fathers because Black fathers matter. And I want you guys to stay plugged in, tuned in, tapped in, because you're riding with Outside the Box. Yo. Thanks again for tuning in to Outside the Box. And like I said earlier, I have a segment that's dear to my heart where we're celebrating Black fathers. And today I have a Black father in the building, a young Black father in the building. So without further ado, I want to introduce my guest, Ian Perry.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hey, you all excited, huh? That was pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, it was.
Thank you for coming.
No problem. I'm glad to be on your show.
I'm glad to have you. Well, the guests that are listening and watching don't know that I have a personal relationship with you because you're like one of my children. Mm-hmm. Showing my age there. But I love you to death, and I'm very, very proud of you. And so I wanted to bring you on because I want to highlight not just yourself, but Black fathers in general, because I've been watching you over the years, and I just love the relationship and the dynamic that you have with your son. And there's so many fatherless kids out there that a lot of times Black men get a stigma of not being good fathers or being absentee. Absolutely. And I see that you're actually reversing that stigma every day in your daily life, and you don't do it for likes and shares and comments. You actually are a hands-on dad. So I commend you for that.
Thank you.
So I want to give you an opportunity to tell us a little bit more about yourself and what all you do.
Okay. Well, my name is Ian Perry. I'm really a single father. I'm 23 years old. I'm being an entrepreneur. Okay. That is my thing right now. For me and my son, I want him to know that he can do anything.
And he can.
So I have to be the example for that. I have to show him that, look, Daddy's Superman and you can be Superman too. So.
Oh, I love that. Shout out to Black Dad. So, now, you did say you were 23, but how old were you when you had Kai?
I was 17 years old.
You were 17 years old. Were you still in high school at the time?
Yes.
And how did that impact you in high school?
It was tough. It was really, really tough. Just a 17-year-old trying to get his head wrapped around that now I'm responsible for another life.
Right.
And then also playing football, trying to get a collegiate athlete scholarship and stuff like that. It was tough.
Now, how did that work out for you? Were you able to obtain your scholarship?
Yeah, definitely. It didn't stop me from my goals. That's one thing that I love. Trying to teach my son.
Right.
Be determined. Make sure you go for your goals. But it didn't stop me. I mean, it was tough, but I got my head around it, and I was like, look. We got this by the reins. Let's go. Yeah. Like, let's go for real.
So you guys, you actually started doing like red carpet events with your son. How old was he when you started doing that?
5.
He was 5 when you started. 5. And how did he has so much personality. I mean,
he does.
We would have had him in the studio today, but best believe we would have been all over here because he is a busybody, but he has so much character and he's his own little personality and polite.
Yes,
very polite.
Practice that at home.
Yes, well, that's good. You're doing an awesome job. You are. So he was 5, and how did he transition into that with you?
He was just like, Daddy, I want a YouTube channel. And he's always messing with my camera that I have.
So he started it.
Yeah, he just said, Daddy, I want to be on YouTube. I want to be a star. You know, he always wants to center attention. So I was like, baby, let's do this thing.
He was 5 when he knew he wanted a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I need to go sit down with him. He already a businessman.
Yeah. So, so just using the resources that I have and the opportunities that are set in front of me, I just took advantage. And
okay. Yeah. Well, I see that you guys are doing some amazing things, and you actually was able to manifest it. I actually have a video of you guys, just the paparazzi everywhere. Check it out. I want my viewers to see. There you go, right there. Yes. Give it to me. Yes. More, give it to me. Yes. Yeah, baby. There you go. Oh. Yes. Change up. Come on, change up. Give me something new. Give me something new. Give me something new. What's that? Give me something different. Oh. Yes. It wasn't ready for that. No, we're not ready at all. Now I want to ask you, have you guys done some traveling and done multiple events? What are some of the events you guys have covered?
Yeah, besides the jazz festival, the Riverfront Jazz Festival in Dallas, we also went to the BET Hip Hop Awards in Atlanta. I fly. I mean, I work for Southwest Airlines, so I have the privilege of flying everywhere. So I take him to Panama, like Pensacola, stuff like that. We just fly everywhere. It doesn't matter where we're going. I just want him to see the world. I want him to experience things, different points of views and stuff like that.
Oh, so that is awesome. Yeah. So is he loving the attention that he's getting from?
Oh, he sucks it up. He sucks it up. He sucks it up. He loves the attention. He loves being in the spotlight. Yeah, he's like a sponge right now. He's at that age.
So where were you in your life when you decided, I'm going to take his advice and actually make this a reality? Like, you know, were you in school working? Is this something that you're still able to maintain and do with everything else that's going on?
When I went to school, I stayed there for about 3 years. Still working on finishing it, but I had to leave due to some family issues and stuff like that. And I went to through a period where sitting at home and going working 9 to 5 just wasn't happy.
Right.
And seeing my son and I'm like, I don't want this life for him. You know, if I'm going through this, one day he's going to go through this. Mm-hmm. And so what can I do to give him a foothold, you know? Because I always felt like I was slipping at that time. Mm-hmm. So it was like a aha moment, you know? Right. It was a boost moment. Like, I looked at my son and I said, I'm going to make you a better man. Before I make you a better man, I got to make myself a better man.
Yeah. And that's dope. Dope dads matter. Yes. So what can we have to look forward to, like, from you guys in the future?
Well, we're doing the Riverfront Jazz Festival again this year, if the coronavirus lets us.
Okay.
Also, me and my son are working on an app right now. Can't say too much, but it's going to be a music streaming app, and it's going to help people with their emotions and stuff like that, and just helping people in general, because that's what type of son I'm raising. You know, to help people and be kind. You don't have to be all the time.
All the time.
You know, you don't have to be that. And so my baby is my golden child, and that's how I treat him.
Your golden child, yeah. Dope dad. Oh, he loves you. He just adores you. He really does think you're Superman.
Mm-hmm. Love and affection all the time.
Yes. Now, I'm gonna pry into your personal life, because you know. You in your 20s, so I can do that.
It's okay.
It's okay?
Yeah.
So how is it being a single dad? I mean, and Kai is so adorbs. So I know he pulls all the ladies. And, of course, it's cute. But once the reality hits, sometimes, you know, it changes the dynamics of things. So how are you able to date? How's your dating lifestyle?
I mean, I have to be very careful because, like I said, he's at that age. He's at a sponge age right now. Mm-hmm. So it's people I bring into his life. It can affect him in the long run. Right. So I don't do too much dating. I mean, other than just, you know what I'm saying, texting, sometimes going on dates and stuff like that. But usually I keep it to myself because I have to focus on who I'm bringing around him and then my entrepreneurship at the same time.
Right.
So I have to stay focused. And it's better to work with 2 than 3. So,
yeah. Yeah. Okay. You're a wise man. Yeah. Somebody taught you, right? Now, once you became a father, how did that change the course of your decisions in life?
It made my decisions way more heavier. It was like, oh, I can just do this. No, I can't do this because this has an effect on this, and it's like the Nostradamus effect.
Right. Right.
I just had to focus up. Things just got harder, but harder doesn't mean impossible. So
right.
just do it.
So when you decided to take your son's passion and find purpose in it, to, you know, because you guys create smiles everywhere you go. When you decided to do that, what became your new formula for success with that?
Just teaching. Matter of fact, I just really just taught. Like, it started with words, and our basic thing right now, me and Kai right now, is determination and consistency. So if you're determined to do something, you have a passion for something. If you're consistent, then you keep doing it, and then people notice you. And that's just the thing. I mean, me and my son have a saying, and I said, handle business before pleasure.
Right.
That's been the motto. If I just say to him, if he was here right now, and I said, what daddy always saying to you? And he said, business before pleasure. So that's really what it is.
Yeah, yeah. And so you guys are... you consistently together, but these shows that you guys are hosting or red carpets, who are some of the people you guys had the actual opportunity to meet?
We got the chance to meet and interview Raheem Devon. That was actually pretty cool because my mom used to play his videos all the time. I mean, his music all the time in the car. So that was pretty cool. And my son got to talk to him like one-on-one, like without me even being interacting. That was pretty cool. And then we had the opportunity to meet the producer Jasper. He used to work with like Lil Wayne, Beyonce, and all those stuff, and that was pretty cool. And all his artists, we had to talk to them. And I mean, there's just like a lot of people like that. A lot of people that I can't remember right now. I'm sorry, guys.
It's okay.
I'm sorry, guys, but there was a lot of people.
I remember faces. I never remember names. I'm not starstruck, so it's like, okay, you're a star now. What do you do again? Okay, come on, let me talk to you.
yeah, it's kind of like on the next thing, like in the moment. So
so you guys actually have an Instagram page for you and Kai.
Yes,
and what is that page?
Ian Kai _.
Okay, and that if you go to that Instagram page, you can actually find like more footage of you guys hanging out and doing your thing as well. Yeah, there you guys go. There's a whole page dedicated to you guys. I see your mom. Shout out to Yolanda Smith.
My baby.
Yeah. So they can actually go and follow you guys and see your journey in fatherhood right there on your Instagram page.
Sure can.
I like that. I actually I have a few more questions for you if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Now, do you have a support team?
Yes. I have the best support team in the entire world. Number one, my mom, she's the best. She, helps me whenever things are getting a little rusty, a little rough. Kai's mother is also a part of my support team. We're an awesome team. I mean, I can't even speak bad on her. I mean,
that is so
she's
awesome.
An awesome mom. And, her grandparents are a lot of help. Really just like the community, the neighbors sometimes, family that's from long ways around, like Philly and stuff like that. And so the support team is like, it's huge. Even my friends, my best friend Tramel. Shout out to my friend Tramel.
Shout out to Tramel. Hey, Tramel.
my best friend, but even he does, contribute.
They all know Miss Onney.
Yeah. They all contribute, and it's a beautiful thing, and it helps me out a lot, because you always hear like single parents drowning,
Right.
And I don't feel that, and that's all to them, and I thank them for that.
Yeah, that's awesome. I just wanted to highlight you, son, because I'm so very proud of you.
Yeah. Oh, you too. I love you so much.
I love you too. I love you too. Aw. Come on in. That's my baby, y'all. So if there was something that you could do different, what would it be?
Don't put your children in a box. A lot of things where you want to correct something and it's hard to explain because when you're dealing with children, they're so delicate, and so you can't do things that you can do to an adult. If you don't like something an adult does, you're like no. But with a child, you have to approach it in a different way. And my son is very unique. To me, he's very unique because he's a different breed. He's not like me. He's not like any person I've ever met. And I know he has so much potential. And so things I have to do with him, I have to be honest. I have to be delicate on how I move with him. And it's hard to explain. It's really hard to explain. It's hard to explain.
Now, I wanted to ask you. I wanted to ask you another question, and as far as having your son, when you had Kai, and of course, we all have our friends and our peers and stuff. How did that change the dynamic of your friendships when you were in high school? Did it change any at all?
Definitely couldn't hang out as much.
Oh no, we don't do no babysitting.
No, it kind of did. At the same time, it made me grow up. It made my friends grow up. Because now we were jumping from childhood to adult life.
Right.
And as I was growing up, my friends were growing up with me.
Right.
So
it kind of inspired them to go ahead and handle their business too.
Sure.
Not so just be careful. Because I know, but at the same time, like Kai is just so. He's just beautiful, so I wouldn't take any of that back because I think that it actually made you a better young man.
It did.
And he's not lacking love. He's not lacking attention. He's not lacking his father or his mother. So it's a blessed situation all the way around, and just to see you guys be able to do things together. And for you to be able to manifest that just off of him saying, hey, Dad, I want a YouTube page. I think that's awesome because already you're showing him your support at 5 years old. And these years are the most intricate years in what they absorb and how they gain their understanding and self-love. So that is, dope of you. But before we go, you mentioned that he did an interview with Raheem Devon.
Yes.
I actually pulled that. Let's check that one out right quick.
You like to do swimming, basketball?
Wait, I don't know.
You do video games?
He shut it down.
You do? What's your favorite video game? Oh, you like everything. All right, that's cool. I like video games too.
What game?
Everything.
I like everything.
Yeah? Okay. Well, high five and nice to meet you.
Kai, can you get Mr. Raheem Devon to say your soul experience?
That's what you want me to say?
That's what we want you to say.
Hi, this is Raheem Devon with Kai, and this is your soul experience.
Okay.
Raheem up there looking like a snack. Forgive me, y'all. How cool was that?
It was
so
cool.
He was back there handling his business. He was just, being kind.
Comfortable.
He's comfortable in his own skin. So I commend you. I want to thank you again for just coming and let me pick your brain, ask you some questions, put you on my platform, let you know publicly that I'm proud of you. I want you to keep doing what you're doing. We need more young men like you. Black fathers, you guys do matter. I want you to know that you matter. So I salute the fathers that are fighting for positions in their children's lives to let them know that you are appreciated. I want to go ahead and end this show. But before I do, I want to remind our guests to be sure to follow us on all platforms. You can check us out on YouTube, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Google Play, SoundCloud, Spotify, Spreaker, Stitcher. You can even find us on Facebook under Onney, the CEO. And in the meantime, be sure to follow me on Instagram. You can also follow me on Instagram at Onney, the CEO. I'll also be performing live at the Grown and Saved event this July 26th at 7 p.m. at 12001 Beamer Road. You can come hear me perform live poetry, get a copy of a book, buy some of my artwork. I'll be there live in the flesh. I look forward to seeing you. I look forward to seeing you tune in to the next segment. Like us, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. I'm your host, Onney, the CEO, and I'm out.